The acrid stench of burning mahogany hit me like a gut punch. $45,000 of family history going up in flames while that HOA queen bee stood there in her spotless Lululemon ensemble. Phone already to her ear, chirping about safety violations. Dolores Cranky, the self-appointed guardian of our perfect Willow Cove community, actually had the audacity to flash a grin as 3 generations of my family's memories turned to ash on the lake. What she didn't know, I'd spent years silently snapping up 66% of the lakefront lots. Her little power trip just ignited a war she'd already lost. Let me take you back to where it all started, because this isn't just a tale of petty neighborhood drama. It's a masterclass in how one concerned citizen can turn a peaceful lakeside haven into a dystopian nightmare of tape measures and fine print. I'm Harlan Decker, 52, ex-Marine turned tech entrepreneur who cashed out my software firm to come home after Dad passed. Willow Cove Lake, Michigan. Picture postcard perfect with its glassy waters, old-growth pines, and cottages that had been in families like mine for decades. But then came the HOA, that homeowners association beast, bloated with rules that made sense only to the control freaks who enforced them. And at the helm, Dolores, a California transplant who'd wormed her way into the presidency 3 years back, promising elevated standards, while her eyes gleamed with visions of flipping the place into some yuppie paradise. It began innocently enough, or so it seemed, at Murphy's Diner, the greasy spoon where locals swapped fishtails over bottomless coffee. I was nursing my black brew, still raw from Dad's funeral, when Dolores sashayed in, clipboard gleaming like a weapon. "Mr. Decker," she cooed in that voice that could curdle cream, all saccharine smiles and zero warmth. "We need to chat about your watercraft." She eyed me like I was a stray dog who'd peed on her hydrangeas. The watercraft in question? Grandpa's 1962 paddle boat, hand-built in his garage with love, sweat, and enough WD-40 to lubricate a tank. It wasn't just a boat. It was sunsets with Dad, fishing lines dangling, the faint whiff of pipe tobacco lingering in the wood. But to Dolores, it was an unregistered vessel under her shiny new watercraft registration initiative, a $500 fee plus mandatory HOA stickers that looked like they were designed by a colorblind committee. I set my mug down slow, letting the steam curl up like my rising irritation. "Dolores, I'm not paying. That boat's older than half the rules in your binder." Her face twitched, that perfect Botox mask cracking just a hair. "Rules are rules, Harlan. We voted fair and square. Keeps the lake classy. You know? No riffraff cluttering our views." Riffraff? This from a woman whose husband ran a chain of payday loan sharks, preying on folks down on their luck. I'd done my homework. She'd edged out the old president by 2 votes, mostly from her yoga clique who thought modernizing meant banning bird feeders that attracted pests. The diner fell hush. Old Gus behind the counter froze mid-pour, and Mary from next door paused her fork halfway to her mouth. Dolores leaned in, whispering like she was letting me in on a secret. "Think of the property values. Your grandpa's relic? Quaint, but outdated. Quaint." The word dripped with condescension, like she was patting a child on the head. What she didn't know, and oh, the irony was I'd been watching her like a hawk since I moved back 18 months ago. Her game? Harass the old-timers with nitpicky fines until they sold cheap. Then her brother-in-law's LLC swooped in like vultures. The Andersons? Fined $2,000 for non-compliant fence height, sold last month. The Johnsons? Dinged for excessive holiday lights, gone too. All to Lakeview Holdings, which traced back to her family's web of shells. I sipped my coffee, bitter as her soul. Interesting how those sales always land in friendly hands. Ha! Her clipboard hand shook. Public record, dear. Nothing untoward. But her eyes darted, and as she stormed out, her perfume trail hung heavy, a mix of floral and flop sweat. Gus shuffled over, wiping his hands on his apron. Boy, she's got teeth. You poking the bear? I grinned. First real one in weeks. Gus, I've been stocking bear traps since day one. Fast forward a few days, and my front door looked like a bad collage project. 17 violation notices plastered like graffiti, fluttering in the breeze. Total fines? $3,400 for absurdities like grass 0.5 inches too tall. Who measures that? Mailbox in the wrong shade of black. And, get this, my American flag displayed without prior approval. As a vet with 3 Afghanistan tours under my belt, that one stung like friendly fire. Before I could rip them down, her white Escalade purred up, disgorging Dolores and her minions. Janet, the perpetual yes-woman, and Carl, who looked like he'd rather be golfing. Documentation protocol, Dolores trilled, phone out filming like she was directing a reality show flop. Carl actually knelt with a ruler, measuring my lawn while she narrated. Such a pity when heritage homes fall into disrepair. Better for everyone if they pass to owners who appreciate standards. Standards. The word she wielded like a club, all while plotting to force us out for her nephew's jet ski empire. But I'd learned in the Marines, paranoia saves lives. My place was wired with cams sharper than a sniper scope. 4K video. Crystal audio. Caught every word, including their off-mic gem when they thought they were clear. Push these dinosaurs out, and values skyrocket, Dolores hissed to Carl. Nephew's got backers for the marina redo. Think luxury slips. No more junk boats. Carl chuckled. How many more? Sullivans are cracking. I spent the afternoon crafting my Counter-Strike. Certified mail to the board. CC'd to all 47 owners. Time-stamped photos proved my grass at regulation 2 inches. Receipt for the exact Sherwin-Williams black. And a nod to the 2005 freedom to display the American Flag Act, federal law squashing HOA ego trips. Attached, that audio clip of her scheming. Titled it, Friendly Community Reminder. Boom, paperwork as payback. Next morning at Murphy's, the place buzzed like a hive. Gus waved my printout like a flag. She fined my gnome for aggressive posture, fishing, not flipping her off. Mary chimed in, bird feeder fine. $1.54 wrong birds. Cardinals aren't elite enough. Even the newbies muttered about outdoor smell violations from barbecues. Coffee never tasted so revolutionary. That Thursday's emergency HOA meeting? Packed house at the community center. Dolores strutted in her power blazer, looking like a knockoff TED Talker. Security upgrades needed, she declared, clicking to a slideshow of glossy marina renders. Subtle watermark, cranky water sports coming soon. Proposed a $2,000 lake enhancement fee per lot. Her cronies voted in lockstep, 24-23. Democracy wins, she beamed, ignoring the 3 no-shows who'd forgotten invites. Invoices tomorrow. Folks, that's when I dug deeper. County deeds online, public goldmine. Chilling. 5 foreclosures in 18 months. All snapped up cheap by her brother-in-law's LLC. Pattern? Fines pile up. Owners break. Family profits. They weren't stewards. They were thieves in khakis. I dialed my investor pals. We'd been quietly buying lots for years. Fair deals with life tenures for olds. Accelerate, I said. If she wanted Monopoly, I'd reveal I held Boardwalk and Park Place. Monday dawned with a new eyesore. A gleaming electronic gate barring the marina. Sign screaming HOA access only. My boat? Hostage behind it. Gas station guy across the street shrugged. Cranky installed it at crack of dawn, her cousin's firm. My key card? Denied. HOA line. Processing. 6 to 8 weeks. Fury simmered. Cold as Kabul nights. Afternoon at the courthouse. Dusty records yielded treasure. 1947 easement guaranteeing perpetual lake access for originals and heirs. HOA proof. My lawyer Beth whistled. They violated it willfully. No insurance covers that. We fired off letters hotter than napalm. By dusk, I stapled waterproof copies everywhere. Thunk, thunk, like posting indictments. The board meltdown 2 nights later. Priceless chaos. Janet blanched at the easements. You said these were fakes. Carl phoned his attorney mid-meeting. Not risking my nest egg for your jet ski dreams. 2 quits on the spot. Gate down by sunrise. But Thursday, prepping the boat for a solo ride. That cloying sugar stink hit. Amateur sabotage in the gas tank. Sugar doesn't dissolve. Clogs lines. Learned that wrenching Humvees overseas. Marina cams glitched, but Gus's dog walk caught her nephew Bryce with a can at 3 a.m. Shop quote, $3,500. I fixed it myself. Grease under nails. Plotting. My group, now 31 of 47 lots, 66%. All legit. Respectful. Called the manager. Prep the reveals. Checkmate brewing. One last sunset cruise. Water like mirror. But Dolores spied from her deck. Binoculars glinting. Should have known peace was too much for her. Dawn's screams yanked me awake. Flames devouring the boat. Neighbors futile with hoses. Fire crew too late. Ashes floated like ghosts. Dolores appeared coiffed at ungodly hour. Folder in hand. Thick-neck goon in HOA jacket trailing. See? Fire hazard. We inspected yesterday. She proclaimed to the gawkers, waving fresh-forged forms. You burned it, I growled, voice low and lethal. She recoiled, then pivoted. Slander. 911. Hostile resident threatening me. Cops rolled up. She Oscar-acted victim. He's disruptive. Officers. Violations galore. Sergeant Mills sighed. Step back, sir. But neighbors rallied. Mary with footage of shadowy figures in HOA gear at 4 a.m. Gus with truck plates. Tommy's HD cam nailing Bryce siphoning gas. Face aglow from his phone. Mills' jaw set. Ma'am. Station time. Dolores paled. HOA immunity. He snorted. Not for arson. Insurance sleuth confirmed. Intentional. $45,000 loss. Her desperate board Hail Mary? Retroactive hazard disposal vote. Flopped with mass quits. Rumors of my ownership swirled. She frantic called records offices. Too late. FBI vans lurked. Her hubby's loans laundered through HOA. My Marine buds arrived in blues. Perimeter set. News trucks. Legislators. 200-plus early birds. Her social rants. Deep state vet conspiracy. Live stream hit 10K. By 5 p.m. Crowd electric. She tried blocking with a truck. Broke down. Gus's kin helped. False fire calls? Chief. A local. Laughed them off. Morning ambush. She burst in waving fake injunction. Sunday federal order? Laughable. FBI agent emerged. Out. Ma'am. Board resigned on her lawn. By afternoon. 300 swelled. Envelopes detailed trusts. Refunds. Stream at 50K. Trending. Her last march. Expose the fraud. My cut. She screamed into silence. I boomed. Who owns the lake? Me, 66%. Deeds flashed. HOA dissolved per bylaws. Forensic slides. Embezzlement. Laundering. Agents cuffed her mid-shriek. Arson. Fraud. Hubby 2 Rico. Crowd roared as they drove off. Post-takedown. Dolores got 5 years, served 3. Hubby 15. Bryce probation. Car wash gig. Funds recovered. $200,000 back. Lake bloomed, no fines. Gnomes rampant. Bird sanctuaries. Open marina. Values up 30%. None sold. Water studies. Eagles nested. Handbook. Save your lake from Karens. 50K downloads. Youth workshop rebuilt the boat. Second chance. Launch July 4th. I sipped Doc coffee. Folk hero status declined. Dolores's foreclosed pad. Teachers with kids painting Be Kind. Not Karen rocks. So, was Harlan's silent takeover ruthless overkill? Or the ultimate check on unchecked power? Drop your take below. Justice or vengeance?